Hey, if you would like to learn how exactly to launch your first successful FBA product in the next 6 weeks and scale that business to 6, then 7 figures that has multiple successful products within it, then you are definitely in the right place. Now, look, I get it. You're used to having, a slide with a bunch of words and a voice behind it, but want to do something different, kind of create that personal interaction between me and you and show you that I'm a real human being, right? Now, I am going to jump into my computer because I feel that, you might get it better if I have some words and also a presentation and show you exactly on screen how I go about locating the best products, locating the best suppliers to manufacture these products, and simply launch them to the top page one. So let's go ahead and jump into my screen right now. Now, the successful business model usually goes as this. You find an idea, then you kind of start doing your research, and then bam, you launch that idea or that, that research, right? But the problem with a lot of beginner Amazon sellers is that they go through this whole trial and error thing, like, I hope that things work just because I saw this guy on YouTube and he drives a Lamborghini or he drives a Ferrari or he lives in a mansion, he's got a hot girlfriend or whatever. I hope this works for me, right? But the problem is you don't know what you don't know, right? And then you simply just go about finding all these products that you think that they might sell. You start looking around your house, and that's the biggest mistake that many people do. Is the first minute they start thinking of, okay, I want to start selling on Amazon, they start looking at, around their house. Oh, I've got paper towels, toilet papers, I've got this product, I've got that product. Oh, I bet, I buy toothpaste. Okay, like I buy this product all the time. I bet millions of people around the country, around the world are wanting to buy this product. Well, the issue is you don't know how competitive these products are. You don't know what you're doing because just simply because you are thinking these things the minute you decide to sell on Amazon, think about how many more million people have thought the same thought, right? It's all about being where your customers are and where your competition is not, right? So you start throwing around all these business ideas and all these product ideas, right? And then you start thinking, okay, well, where do I bring these products from? Like, okay, so I want to sell toilet paper. Where do I buy them from? Do I buy them from China? Do I source them locally? Do I go to Walmart? Do I go to Target? Do I buy them from this website or that website? And then comes the launching. One thing that many people don't understand is that when you first launch a brand new product, Amazon is going to throw you all the way in the back of the searches. And in order for you to get to the top of page one, because that's where 99.9% of sales occur. Like, just think about last time you went into Amazon, Walmart.com, you went into Target.com, you went to YouTube, you went to Google, and then you typed anything. And when was the last time you went to page 15 to find something, right? You always find the result in the top of page one, and that's where you want to be. But the problem is, if you don't understand the algorithm, if you don't understand how everything works, you're just not going to make it, right? And only the 7-figure sellers with a predictable system for locating, sourcing, and launching products can say, when I launch a product, I expect profits, right? You've got someone like Jeff Bezos. 20 plus years ago, he had an idea, he had an awesome idea. He wanted to simply sell books online. He wanted to create an online website for selling books, right? He started researching. He had help. He didn't just go out there and do it on his own. He had help. He had a full plan ahead of him, right? 20 years later, Amazon literally sells anything. Amazon sells houses. I mean, Amazon can probably start selling, cars and fulfill, even that need. And they can get away with it because they have a predictable system in place now. They worked on the core, they worked on the base, and then now they scale and now they're everywhere, right? Because they can be, right? So today's, workshop, I'm going to show you exactly how to find or how to create a predictable system to create a brand on Amazon with 5, 10, even 20, and maybe even 30 wildly profitable products that are generating you profits on autopilot. Now, I'm also going to be sharing with you how to locate the most profitable products using my ninja strategies that literally no one else talks about out there, right? Without spending hours researching. That's the most important thing, because literally, if you are watching this webinar and you have already tried selling on Amazon, you understand how long it takes to really locate a product, right? How to launch and scale your product to the moon by hacking traffic from your competitors and simply bring it over to your listing instead, and how to automate your business, your Amazon FBA business. Because look, I mean, isn't the point of having this whole business to automate it that way you get out of, whether if it's the 9 to 5, you're a truck driver, you have a job, or you have a business, or whatever it is, you want to get out of it, right? Or maybe you don't have anything. Maybe you're trying to go to college. Maybe you're just kind of home and you're like, okay, well, I'd rather kick back and really make some profits instead of not doing anything, right? And also every single product that I'm going to teach you how to launch can and has the potential of making a minimum profit of $3 grand a month, right? Now, just some of my accomplishments with FBA, I'm not going to go too much into it, but I was able to get married a couple of years ago, travel the world really with my wife, buy my dream car, and also retire my parents. That was really the biggest dream for me, is really retire my parents and really get them to enjoy life, go out there, travel, and really just like be proud of me, because I know that a couple of years ago when I lost my restaurant and lost a whole bunch of money was simply like the disappointment in their eyes that I just couldn't bear, right? However, my accomplishments with Amazon really don't just stop to me, right? It goes above and beyond. I have been able to help so many people around the world to achieve some massive success, and one of them is Zach Brown here, one of my top students who literally started working with me just about, I want to say about a year ago or so, and literally within the first month or so of selling on Amazon, he was able to cash in on a sweet boat. As you can see, he started here on the left side. It says that he started in June. That was his kind of first day. And then this is July, so about a month and a half or so. This is September, October. He was doing about $600 a day. And then here on the right side, this is his screenshot in October where he did over $100,000 in revenue in literally 1 month. Just imagine that, right? This is also another message from him saying how he made $36,000 in net profits on only 6 months. And then on the right side is a picture of him buying his dream car, literally all with his Amazon profits, right? So if you're an Amazon seller, someone wanting to sell on Amazon and are looking for a predictable way to launch and scale FBA products on autopilot and explode your Amazon business to the 7-figure place, then you're definitely in the right place. Now, three categories of people that I personally work with are the wantrepreneurs, right? Someone who simply understands their value, wants change, but doesn't know where or how to start, right? Also, the kindpreneur, someone who maybe attempted entrepreneurship, launched a business or two and maybe failed just simply because they don't have the right system and guidance in place. And also existing sellers. Maybe you have a business already on Amazon, you've been trying to sell, or you've launched a couple products but just can't seem to scale, right? Now, also just a few more of the people that I have been able to accomplish or have been able to help accomplish their goals with selling on Amazon. Corey here, worked with him a few months ago. As you can see here on the right side, Corey in 7 days, $8,300, over $1,000 per day in revenue. Tom here, once again, 60, almost $7,000, another $1,000 a day on average earner, right? Sean, Bashar's real mentor and the Sea of Gurus. $32,000 in 7 days. I mean, that's just mind-boggling. Just imagine waking up every single morning, right, to a store that's generating profits on autopilot, and you look at 7 days worth of revenue and you've got $32,000. I mean, that's over $120,000 per month in revenue, right? Now, this is the intro to the A to Z step-by-step system, right? Exactly how do we do it, right? What is it that I do that's different than anyone else, right? And exactly what I'm going to be showing you guys here in this workshop. So, locating profitable products that guarantee paydays, launch to top of page 1 where 99% of sales occur, and simply rinse and repeat the process, right? Now, here's the thing. In the Amazon selling business, I'm sure that you've noticed that there are really two different kind of people. That people kind of fall in two categories, right? The grinders. These are the people who make some money sometimes, but just kind of no money most of the time and really spend a lot of time making way too little, and maybe you're there, maybe it's you, right? You're like looking at all these guys on YouTube, they're doing awesome stuff, they're driving Lambos and doing all this, this stuff, and you're like, dude, like, how do I get there, right? And then, and those are the rainmakers. I call these guys the rainmakers. They're those that are totally crushing it, right? And then they're always like posting their success stories, talking about their successes, and you're just like, I want to be that guy. Like, how do I be that guy, right? Well, what is it that allows the rainmakers, right, to literally get to that 6 and 7 figure, spot or level, while the grinders really just can't even, struggle to even make rent, right? Or can't even launch one successful product, right? And simply because I've been in this space for such a long time, and after talking to thousands of sellers and simply, wanting to really help out, right? The one thing that I have noticed that there are two things that are present in the businesses of the rainmakers, right? And really, if you don't have one of those, not even both of them, if you don't have just one of them, literally things are not going to work out for you, right? So what is it exactly that about the businesses of these rainmakers that need to have or have in order for them that got them there, right? And what are these two things that the grinders need to have in their business in order for them to really get there, right? And honestly, the best way that I can, describe this to you is with a story about Elon Musk and the most recent launch of the Cybertruck. Now, if you're here, I'm pretty sure you already know of the Cybertruck. This didn't happen very long ago, or happened not very long ago. And I'm pretty sure you're probably all about it. You either love it or you hate it. Doesn't matter, but we all know it's a great thing. I personally don't like the design. I hate it. I think, someone, like a 5-year-old drew it. But hey, it doesn't matter, right? So really, if you think about it, everyone is talking about pollution. Everyone is talking about the atmosphere being this, and gas prices going up, and all these things like people complaining about, and there's only so much reserve of oil and stuff like that in the world. And we're gonna run out of gas, and then we're gonna run out of electricity, and what are we gonna do, and all that stuff, right? Yet you've got car manufacturers building all these massive trucks. You got Dodge, you got Ford, you got all these crazy big trucks, right? And everyone is just trying to compete for a bigger truck, better truck, bigger wheels. And maybe you're, you're that type of guy. You love this stuff. I love it. I mean, this looks super cool, right? But then, think about it. I mean, all the bad things that this stuff is really creating to the world, right? Pollution, gas price going up. I mean, do you really enjoy pumping gas in your, I live in San Diego. This is a screenshot from kind of, around where I live, right? And literally, we're paying, $5+ per gallon, So just think about that. All this stuff that people are going through, they keep, making these V12 engines, V10 engines, V8 engines, right? People that are keep pumping, gas into, right? Yet you get someone like Elon Musk trying to do something totally different, literally interrupted the entire market. He just looked at things from a different place, right? And the way he looked at it is screw all this big engine stuff. I'm going to do something that's going to really help people get the result, which is less money, no additional cost, total electric cars, right? Fuel efficient, really, because there is no fuel, right? So you can charge it from anywhere. You don't need to keep putting gas. There's no oil changes. You get, tax advantages. You get all the stuff, especially with the, the trucks, the semi trucks they have now. Maybe you're a truck driver and you're sitting here yeah, okay, that's great, right? Because I'm going to be out of work here in a little bit. But think about it. If you're a truck driver and you're on this workshop, really, Elon Musk didn't do it for you. Something else did it for you. Maybe it's the long hours. Maybe you being away from your family for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month at a time. Maybe that's why you're here. Maybe your back is finally giving out on you for driving for 10, 15 hours, right? So don't blame Elon. Blame the actual job. Yes, it's great money, but you're here because you don't want to spend the hours anymore, right? So Elon said, screw all the big engines, big trucks, all that stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something completely different. I'm going to present to the world something completely different, right? Something that's safe, something that is, durable, something that will get the job done. The space is there, it's spacious. It's fuel efficient, really. There's no fuel. You can charge it. I mean, I think they start at 250 miles and they go up to 500, just imagine 500 miles at a time without having to, what's it called, right? Without having to actually refill gas or whatever, right? So fuel efficient, price reasonably. Yes, the window cracked. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if you guys, watched the presentation or probably saw memes on Facebook or whatnot, you probably saw the window crack. I mean, you can see it right there, right? But with that being said, he really looked at the world in a different way, right? And that's exactly why he's becoming successful his ways doing. He literally interrupted the entire industry. So really look at this for a quick second. Just kind of stopped, pause, and really let the whole point sink in. Everyone out there is trying to strap a bigger engine and trying to create these massive things, right, that spend more money, need more maintaining, need even more gas, right? While Elon kind of took a whole different look at things, right? And said, you know what, screw all that. I'm going to do something totally different. Yes, the truck, I mean, just look at it. I mean, you probably love it. Some of you probably hate it, right? But just, look at the thing. It probably took you might think it took someone 10 minutes to really come up with it, right? Or to kind of draw it. But that's the whole point. He looked at it from a different angle, right? Because literally, today's Amazon selling world is exactly the same thing. It's the repeating history of the entire engine obsession. Everyone is obsessing over, trying to try to find the $1 million product, right? Everyone is like, well, I want to find the one product that's going to make me rich, the one product that's going to make me $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, while really the rainmakers, what they're doing is they're literally going and launching multiple products, right? Because that one product is simply not going to do that for them, right? Because in reality, really, all you're doing is you're strapping a larger and larger and more complex engine to a fundamentally flawed vehicle, right? Now, the rainmakers, as I said, simply what they're doing is they are locating profitable products and literally launching many of them. So instead of focusing on one, profitable product that's going to make you millions of dollars, that's probably going to take you months of research and maybe even never get to it, right? What the rainmakers do is they launch many products. They locate several products that make them $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in net profits per month, and it just simply rinse and repeat, right? Because honestly, it all comes down to this. And I have seen it more often than not that sellers launch one product and get obsessed over it, right? Like it's their newborn child. But just think about it. The average millionaire has 7 different streams of income. So why should really your Amazon business only have one product? What if something happens? What if you get competitors? What if your Amazon listing gets shut down or whatever happens, right? Well, that's why you would have multiple streams of income to simply rely on, right? So now let's get down to business and show you exactly how you can get a predictable system to locating profitable products and scale them to the top of page 1 today. But most importantly, how to rinse and repeat the process, which is exactly how you can, create a massively profitable business that is risk-free or low at risk, right? So the only 2 things that truly matter is number 1, locating profitable products, and number 2, launching many of them, right? And if you are currently not making the income that you would want with selling on Amazon, then let me ask you this question. How many products have you launched in the past 1 to 6 months that you have been really researching, right? And if you haven't launched any products or maybe launched 1 product or 2, then answer me this. What did you do in the last 1 to 6 months to try and launch more products, right? And then your answer might be nothing. Maybe I was obsessed over finding the one product. But you see, in the Amazon business, it's very easy to get distracted with all the new shiny objects, right? The new different tools, like this tool does this and that tool does that. But the reality is that launching products and ranking them to the top of page 1 is the only 2 things, right? Number 1, launching more products, more profitable products, right? And launching them, number 2, to top of page 1 is really, or are really, the only 2 things that truly matter. And the rainmakers in the game, the players with the 7-figure profits, true liquid wealth, and sale days that would trump others' best sell months, they have a step-by-step system to locating more products, launching and ranking them to the top of page 1. Not to mention, they know their numbers to the dollars, because it really means a lot to know your numbers to the dollar. And the 2 key metrics that you really have to know are, number 1, the cost of how much a product cost landed into Amazon's warehouse, which includes the manufacturing cost and the shipping cost, and also how much Amazon is going to charge you to fulfill that product. Now you may wonder, well, how exactly am I supposed to, know that? Maybe, yeah, sure, I can contact the supplier and figure out how much it is that will cost to launch this product, but exactly how do I go about finding how much Amazon is going to charge? Well, introduction to the Amazon Profit Calculator, or the Amazon FBA Calculator. This calculator teaches you and shows you exactly how you can go about finding how much Amazon is going to charge you. Because look, Amazon is not going to be for free, right? There is a percentage that Amazon takes from your profits, right? Or from your sales, I mean. So you have to know your numbers before you go in the game. That way you don't go in and you're like, holy crap, what just happened? I thought I'm going to be making X, but all of a sudden I don't have any money, right? And those that have a predictable system to finding profitable products, right? And instead of kind of pulling a rabbit out of a hat or trying to, to kind of like do all these different techniques and like research. Like sometimes, you may think like, okay, well, how do I create a shipping plan? Okay, let's go to YouTube and then let's search a bunch of videos, right? But it may take you many hours to finding one YouTube video that will explain to you one process, and instead of having an entire process in place. And when you do have an entire process in place, an A to Z process that is predictable, that's proven, that's bulletproof, that's going to show you how everything's done, that's when you can really launch a massively profitable business and rank it and then just keep scaling that business and it will never stop, right? So what does this system really look? Well, number one is the right price, right? Well, what does the right price mean? Know exactly how and where to price your product on Amazon, right? Because when you go to Amazon, you're going to find that there are multiple people selling similar products, and you're like, well, how do I sell that product and how much do I price it for? And also making sure that you understand and know how to negotiate with your suppliers for the least amount of units and the least amount of money, right? But you need to be careful, because just because you're getting something cheap doesn't mean it's the best thing, because sometimes when you're getting something cheap means the quality is also cheap. But also another problem that you're going to face is that your suppliers are going to tell you, well, we have a minimum order quantity of 1,000 units. And then you're going to be like, well, how do I exactly go around that? I only have X to invest. How exactly how do I go about doing that, right? And that's why having a predictable system that's going to show you how to negotiate the best prices with your suppliers at the cheapest quantity needed or available is super important, right? And we do this by simply ordering test orders with low quantities, keeping risk low and launching more products, because it's all about launching multiple products, and presenting our business to the supplier as we are a 7-figure seller and that they would benefit from working with us long term, simply because we are going to be launching multiple products and bring them long-term business, and that they have to simply give us their business, right? So this is kind of exactly how you go about figuring out how to do the Amazon fulfillment fees. You figure out the product, you figure out, okay, I'm going to sell it for this much, Amazon is going to charge me this much, it costs this much, now I need to figure out how much my profit margins are, because if you don't know the profit margins, if you don't know the numbers, you can't scale. You just simply cannot scale because you don't know how much cash flow there is in your business, right? And the result of executing this properly is that you will have 5, 10, 20, even 30 new highly profitable FBA products inside of your Amazon store, generating you money. And the best part is that all of it will be on autopilot while you're laid back, enjoy time with the family, enjoy doing the things that you really like to do. As I said, many of you guys might be, you guys might be already hustlers. You might be doing really good money, but you just don't have the time to really enjoy it, right? And you will finally have that successful business model, which you can repeat with every single profitable product you locate. Now, here's the thing. What does cracking the code really take? It takes locating products, locating suppliers, negotiating cheapest prices, then launching that product, then simply setting it on autopilot, right? That's exactly what it takes to crack the code. And once you have cracked the code, once you have that entire system end to end, you will be able to accomplish successes like one of my top students here, Zach Brown. He was a FedEx driver, right? Working 60 plus hours per week, doing now $135,000 a month, where simply all he does is travels the world, enjoys time, doing what he loves doing most, which is dirt biking. That's what he does, right? He's making over 50 grand in net profits every single month at 23 years old. We got Rick Rahim here. When I first met him, he was doing $50 a day. Now he's doing over $7,000 in revenue. He's retired. He wants to enjoy time with his grandkid. And in 2018, his business did over $3.5 million in revenue. Another one of my success stories is Ali Dahir, who simply was doing about $500 a month in revenue. Now he's doing over $25,000. Just imagine every single day waking up to a store that's doing over $1,000 per day on autopilot without you having to do anything, right? And in order for you to really get there, you have to have the right system. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of you guys that are watching this have tried to go out there and really do it on your own, but just kind of wasn't able to really get there, right? And that's why you're here, you know what I mean?
And if you want to do it the hard way, which is you going out there and trying to figure things out on your own, if you haven't done it already, right? If you've done it already, you probably know already. But if you haven't, there's literally millions, thousands of different ways you can do things. Millions of products, millions of ways of product research. I bet a lot of you guys have already watched a bunch of YouTube videos, probably part of a bunch of Facebook groups, but all those do is add more complications. You get drawn and pushed and shoved and thrown at a bunch of different ways of doing things. Everyone and their sister has a YouTube channel. Everyone and their sister is an expert, and trying to offer you help. But you'll be in the middle like, who is the right person? Who do I really follow, right? And you're like, well, you know what? If they can do it, I can probably do it. And you've probably already done that and you figured that it doesn't work. But as I said, is that when you do have the right system in place, you will be able to really accomplish greatness with this business, right? So you might be thinking, well, okay, but how do I really create that profitable, system to, find my first product, then create a wildly profitable business, right? And that's what I'm trying to tell you here. If you have the exact system to locate these products, then you should be able to launch and you should be able to find your first profitable product in the next 6 weeks, then literally scale that business to 6, then 7 figures, because that's exactly what I do, right? That's exactly how our students operate, right? They're able to locate their first profitable product in 6 weeks, then launch and scale that business to 6, then 7 figures, right? Because simply they can locate profitable products, know exactly how to price it, negotiate the best price for lowest quantity, craft the best listing, because that really matters. You do know the saying, people eat with their eyes before their mouths. Same thing, people buy with their eyes before their fingers, I guess, right? They have to click. Launch and rank it to page number 1, then rinse and repeat and literally automate, right? So look, these are my dream clients. These are the people that simply I actually brought them in to work with me personally and was able to help them accomplish greatness with selling on Amazon, right? And as of right now, I'm looking for my next dream client. I'm looking for those that are committed, those that are serious, have the conviction to yes, more to know, and literally want to scale, create a massively profitable business and really get it to the next level, right? So I can provide them with my system and literally show them exactly how it's done so we can launch your first product in the next 6 weeks and scale that business to 6 and 7 figures. Now, the 3 types of clients that I personally love working with. Number 1, those that want to make money online, create a passive income, but don't know how or where to start. Number 2, those who love the idea of selling on Amazon. And number 3, those who already sell on Amazon but need to grow. So once again, if you don't have an Amazon business, that's great. But as long as you want to make money online and create a passive business, then you are the type of client that I'm working with, right? So here's how the process works. Now, who is this for? Like, who exactly is this really for, right? If you are a motivated individual, someone who literally understands the power of having your own business, but just kind of, and aren't. You need to be not afraid to really put in the work and to get yourself and your business there, right? Also, you need to have a current source of income, whether if it's a job or a business or whatever it is, because once again, this is a business and it needs investment. It needs, money to keep turning, right? And also people who believe in their abilities to dominate the marketplace and make a high 6 and 7 figure income, right? Also people who truly love entrepreneurship and value their customers above everything else. Because look, yes, it is about making money, but at the end of the day, we have to make sure that our customers are served, making sure that they are satisfied and they keep coming and coming and coming. This is not a short-lived business. We're looking at building and establishing business for a lifetime, right? Also understand that you need to have some skin in the game, and investment is definitely needed because this is a business. If you're a business owner, if you're a business operator, if you've operated business, you understand what I mean by that. Now, who is this not for? If you are completely broke, I am truly sorry. I don't mean to sound like an a-hole, but once again, this is a business. This is not where you're going to go to work 10 hours, 20 hours, expect a paycheck, right? If that's where you are, you need to, number 1, create you an income stream that can first help pay your current bills and then have some money to invest in a business. We need to buy product. We need to, launch these products. All this needs money, right? This is a business, guys, right? People who make excuses and complain, this is not for you, don't do it, right? People who are stuck in the information gathering mode, you're just like, well, you know what? I think I'm gonna watch more videos. I think I can do it on my own. If you think you can do it on your own, and then you're already doing it on your own and trying to do it on your own, this is not for you. Don't even bother, right? Because we are looking for those that are prepared to take action and get results, right? Also, people that are not serious. This is not for you if you're not serious in really growing your business in the next year. Buy another $100,000 to $1 million. So if you're trying to make $500, $1,000, this is probably not for you. We're looking for big dreamers, ambitious people, people that want to go out there and kill it, right? And really, the better the fit, the better results, because we are looking for win-wins. Now, knowing that we are a good fit is really crucial simply because I like to get all of my clients' results and work with them for a long term. And to do that, I need to get them a quick ROI. And the truth is that there are some people that I simply just cannot help, And I'll be 100% upfront with you if that's the case. I will suggest somebody else or just, an alternative. And because I'm only looking to work with those who are a good fit and who I am certain that I can get results for. Now, the first step is to simply book a time on either my personal or team's calendar, then complete an application for a private strategy session below. And this application is necessary to, number one, determine if I am the right person to help you, and number two, to figure out if you are ready to step up, commit, take action, and really, do the required work to generate the results. Now, on this strategy session, we will really start working together to figure out what you really want and how to make it happen in the fastest time possible. And then at the end of the call, one of two things will happen. Number one, you will either be a good fit and I will extend an invitation to work with me personally as one of my clients, or number two, we might not be a good fit. And that's totally okay because there's no hard feelings or obligations whatsoever, right? However, either way, you will receive an insanely valuable strategy session that, you will take away, some newfound clarity and really just kind of know where you are right now and what is holding you back from getting the results that you want. And that together with the next steps, kind of like laying out the blueprint for you to really understand and know where to go from here, And it will probably be the most valuable 30 minutes that you invest in your business this year. So be sure to go ahead and fill out the application at the bottom using the link below. Now, right now, I have, over 100 applicants actually submit applications in the past 30 days. So this opportunity is extremely limited just simply because of the intense one-on-one time needed in order to provide you with the results. And because, as I said before, I only work with clients who I know with certainty and conviction that I can generate them results and a return on their investment. And out of that 100 applications, I generally only work with 5 clients, and we have already filled out 3 spots, and we're only looking to fill up 2 more spots as quickly as possible. So with that being said, please understand that this window of opportunity will not be available for long. And what I have found that is those who have the ability to make decisions and act quickly are the most likely to get results and most likely to become my best clients and crush it together for years to come. So if you feel like that this is the right, time for you, then go ahead and apply right now using the link below and follow the instructions on the next page.